Hi there. Hey, everybody. I'm glad you made it to the channel. If you happen to find this channel, chances are you're interested in Forex. Me too. And no, I do not look like your typical Forex YouTuber here. I am not some young, slick dude with all the answers. I am learning myself. I've been interested in Forex for a long time. And I just recently, about 6 months ago, stumbled upon NoNonsenseForex.com. So cheers go out to VP and his site. I've been following VP and No Nonsense Forex now for about 6 months, and it's just made a lot of sense to me. I am, looking at retirement down the road, and I thought, I want to get serious. I want to really start making this work. And the no-nonsense method made sense to me, so here I am. The purpose of this whole channel is that I want to hold myself accountable. I don't want to keep slipping. I've watched the psychology videos, VP, and yes, I get it. The biggest roadblock to me being successful is me. It's me. It's seeing those rules and saying, oh, but I just have a feeling it's going to do this, or I have a fear it's going to do this. So I have to get over that. So I spent, like I said, the last 6 months, I watched all the videos. I've listened to all the podcasts. I have researched and back tested many indicators, and finally put some things together, which I feel is a viable algorithm now, as you suggest. And I've been back testing it, and I'm ready to go forward test it. And I'm going to be totally transparent. I'm going to put myself out there because with the world watching, I better be on my best behavior, right? I better follow my rules. So, so that's why I'm here. I'm glad you're here. The whole idea is to form a community where we can maybe help each other. I'll share with you how my forward test is going. I'll tell you my perspective, my thoughts, my rationale for different things that I do. And if you choose, you can send me some friendly advice, give me some helpful hints, support, encouragement, But hey, no haters, right? So if you're just going to hate, move on down, keep on going, because I'm here and I'm just sharing for everybody's good. Anyway, so let me share with you the system that I put together. So if you haven't been following VP and the no-nonsense Forex method, I would highly suggest that you go over there and check it out. All the rules, all the suggestions, all of the very valuable insights are available on that website. But what I'm doing is I'm just showing you what I've gleaned and what I've put together for myself. And if you're familiar with it, you will know what I'm talking about. If you're not, go watch the other videos. So VP has us put together an algorithm, and the algorithm has 6 parts. First of all, there is the ATR, which is the first indicator that we use, and that helps us to control our money management. And the ATR that he suggests for everyone is an ATR of 14. Next, we're supposed to have a baseline. So I'm using the CQ baseline. That is a baseline that I found. I really like the fact that it will show little indicators when it goes above or below the baseline, so that's why I'm using that one. And then we have a main confirmation indicator, and my main confirmation indicator is the ASH. Okay, that's absolute strength histogram. And my second confirmation indicator is super trend. You'll notice that I'm not using anything exotic here. I've just really tried to take some of the tried and true indicators and tweak them to best fit my needs. My volume indicator is the WAY, and I can't pronounce what it really stands for. And finally, I am using the RVI as a heads-up exit indicator. This is one instance where I vary a little bit from the plan. I don't exit immediately if my RVI gives me a signal, but I do bring in a very close stop and I trail it down. So some of the entry rules. Okay, entry rules. First of all is I look for a cross or a bounce off of the baseline. That's my main thing. And if that happens, the C1 and the C2 need to both agree with the trend direction, and there has to be enough volume to make the trade viable. And so I have a moving average on the way, and I also have a dead zone. And I'm looking for volume to be over both of those. Or another reason for an entry might be either a change in color or trend in my C1 or my C2. And again, that was the absolute strength histogram or the super trend. And if that occurs, the other indicator likewise then has to agree and be in the same direction. And the price needs to be in alignment with the baseline with that trend direction. And if it is already crossed, it can be no more than 5 candles from the cross. Now, VP had something called a bridge too far, and he had 7 candles as that rule. I'm just pulling it in a little bit and saying I don't want to take anything more than 5. And of course, our volume has got to agree. Okay, so we look at that. For continuation trades, we're looking for a continuation trade where we've already had a crossover and an entry, and now we're just watching it. We're out of the trade and we're watching it. So in the continuation situation, you cannot have that price close back over the baseline. However, you may have it go up and touch it or actually bounce off of the baseline. If that occurs and my C1 and C2 confirmation indicators both agree, I'll go in and I'll take a continuation trade. Or again, the price doesn't close above the baseline, but my ASH, which is my C1, my confirmation indicator has changed color. So my indicator was green, potential for buys, and then it went down, it changed to red, and now it's back up to green again. That's another indication that it is switched. And for continuation trades, I don't necessarily look for that volume to be as high. And finally, we have our exit rules, which are probably the most important. And honestly, this is where I have the most problems myself. So the first thing I watch is the RVI. And when that crosses in the opposite direction of the trend, I consider that a heads up. I don't immediately end the trade because I found in my back testing that so many times it got me out way too early. And the trade would continue. But what I do now is I trail that stop loss on that last candle and I keep it very tight. However, if the price closes on the other side of the baseline, boom, that is an out. I close the trade. Or if that C1, that ASH changes color for 2 bars, boom, I close the trade. So those are the rules of the trade. Let's take a look at what it actually looks like on the graph. So here's how I have my charts set up. I have my main chart area, and as you can see, this gold line here, that is my baseline. And these dots, either green or red, indicate a location where the price closed above or below the baseline. So it's just another little visual indicator that makes it helpful for me. My other indicator in this top window is super trend. Super trend is fairly easy. When it's green, you're only looking for buys, and when it's red, you're only looking for sells. My C1 indicator, as I mentioned before, was ASH. This is my absolute strength histogram. And the way that I look at this is that the price has got to be in alignment with this and this to be a go. And this is the volume indicator that I have here. That's going to let me know if there's enough volume to make the trade. And finally, down at the bottom, I have my RVI. And this is only used as an exit, and it's used as that heads up to let me know when I need to start pulling in that stop loss.